some big scam? Is it some goofball thing that people are trying to get us to buy this technology? In all reality, when we get it, nothing happens. We've all spent way too much money on things that give us no results. Well, that was my opinion of Kangen Water. When I first heard of it, I thought it was some scammy thing that was not going to be around after a few years. Well, what happened is that I ended up having a very sick son, that we were going to doctors, but we weren't getting any answers. So it was really out of sheer desperation that I knew I needed to try to find something for my son, that I thought, I'm willing to take time to look into this Kangen Water. So I started getting it for him. After a month of my son drinking this water, I remember the day he came to me and he said, Mom, what's with this water? I haven't felt like this in 3 years. I'm finally well. Well, what gave me further validation that something was going on with the water is that I started drinking it myself. I wasn't expecting anything to happen because I didn't have any known diseases, but what I did have were things that were just the normal signs of aging, things that we are all told that we have to put up with as we get older. So what happened to me is that my energy level shot through the roof. I no longer have that 4 o'clock tiredness. My brain fog went away. I have much greater mental clarity. I started sleeping better at night. And my skin completely changed. My skin used to be very tight and dry. It felt like sandpaper. When I started drinking this water, after a short period of time, my skin started feeling so soft and smooth. I wanted to go around rubbing it all day long. Well, but I also realized my skin's my largest organ. If my skin on the outside had changed that dramatically, what was going on with my skin, with my internal organs inside of me? I thought, okay, this is now worth my time to look into this. So I went from this half-baked interest in Kangen Water to a very serious interest in a light speed amount of time. So I wanted to do my online research. Well, what I didn't realize, that's another whole can of worms. For those of you who've been looking online, there is so much information. And what's even a bigger problem, they all contradict each other. How do you know who to believe? It takes a long time to plow through to figure out who's telling you the truth and who's not. A lot of people, I have found, they'll spend 5 or 6 hours on the internet thinking they've done good research. Or usually, for most people, I find 5 to 6 hours gives you enough information that makes you really quite dangerous. So for me, in my process, what I realized is that I needed a third-party verification process. And it needed to be some type of verification that had an industry-leading standard. So, for instance, like in the water industry, there are leading certification standards that are out there that are recognized throughout the water industry. In the manufacturing industry, there are also certifications that are accepted, not just nationally, but international standards. So, with quality of the water, there's a certification process called the Water Quality Association certification. They have certified Anagic's machines and their water. They have given it the gold seal standard for the quality of the water these machines produce. Enagic is the name of the manufacturer that produces the Kangen water. So Enagic is the only ionizer in the world that has that certification. So that sets Enagic apart with the quality of the water it produces. To help explain this process a little bit more about some of the deception that happens, is that if another company says they have that certification, you need to actually verify whatever certification they have on their other sites, on that company's site. You need to make sure the certification is a good certification, and you need to make sure that the ionizer company actually even has that certification. So that's why it's this long, involved process, because there are no internet police, so people can say anything they want to on their own personal site. So regarding the manufacturing process, Enagic has what's called the ISO, International Standards Organization certification for a medical device. Again, that's a certification process that people in the manufacturing industry accept that internationally as a very valid third-party verification process. And Magic is the only ionizer in the United States that has that ISO certification as a medical device. So again, another good certification for this machine. So is Kangen Water really a scam? You know, Kangen Water actually is the real McCoy. It is the best water you're most likely ever going to drink. It's water that's loaded with antioxidants. Antioxidants do impact our health, helping us to improve our health. Are other ionizers out there that are sold on the internet, are they scams? Well, in my opinion, most of them probably are. Be careful in what you buy. Do your research. You know, I encourage you to find a local distributor in your area. Call them up. Ask them to help you through the process. If you can't find someone, call me, Mary Ann Greer, at 503-449-5242. Or check out my blog at kangenwaternews.com. Thanks for listening.